The question is, what is the surface area of the book? And to know what the surface area is, you need to know the length, width, and height of the object. And if I drew my book in three-dimensional, it would look kind of like this. And the length would be this part of the book. The width is this part of the book. And lastly, the height is this part of the book. And you need all of these to find out the surface area. I measured with a tape measure. I used a tape measure to measure in inches. The first measurement that I found out was the length. The length is 5 3/4 inches. Then I had to find out the width of the book. The width of the book came out to be 8 1/2 inches. And lastly, I had to find out the height of the book. The height came out to be exactly 1 inch. Now we are going to find the area of each side. The rectangular prism has 6 sides, but 3 of them have a duplicate side. So we put them together because they are the same lengths. The first side that we will be finding the area for is the side that has the base of 5 3/4 inches, but for this one you could also say 5.75 inches, and the height of 8 1/2 inches, but for this one you could also say 8.5 inches. And we all know that to find the area of a rectangle, you have to times the base and the height. So I did just that and multiplied 5.34, but we said it was 5.75, and 8 1/2, but we said 8.5. The answer that I got was 48.875. Since these two sides are the same in lengths, we just added both of the same numbers together to get our total of 97.75 inches squared. But this could also be written as 97 3/4 inches squared. Now we are going to find the area of this side right here. This side has a base of 5 3/4 inches, but that could also be said as 5.75 inches, and a height of 1 inch. You do the same thing as you did for these two, and times the base and the height, and in this case we got 5.75 inches squared. But that could also be said as 5 3/4 inches. And since these two sides are the same in lengths, we just add the same area together to get our total area for this two sides of 11.5 inches squared. But this could also be said as 11 1/2 inches squared. Now we have to find the area of this side right here. We do the base of 8 1/2 inches times the height of 1 inch. Again, 8 1/2 could also be said as 8.5 inches. And we times that together as we did in the other ones. And in this case, we got the total of 8.5 inches squared. And since these two are the same, we just add them both together and come up with a total of 17 inches squared. To find the surface area, we need to add this area and this area together first to get the total of 109.25 inches squared. That could also be said as 109 1/4 inches squared. And then we need to add this area with the 17 inches squared area to get the total of 126.25 inches squared. That could also be said as 126 1/4 inches squared. Basically, what I was trying to say in the last slide was that our surface area is 126 1/4 inches squared. That is all of the sides areas combined together into this number. A real life example of surface area is if you are wrapping a gift, the surface area is the wrapping paper around the object. This is the math standard that I accomplished, and I'm just going to highlight some of the main things that I did. I explained the meaning of the problem with the real life example that I gave, and I planned a solution pathway when I had to find out the answers before I could make the podcast. And then I tried special cases in simpler forms when I shortened the whole explanation of surface area in my own words. And then I drew diagrams of important features with my pictures. And I also did the concrete objects and pictures with this topic as well. And I mathematically checked my answers by double checking all my mathematic work.